Starting winter 25 release, as a Salesforce developer, you will be having the capability to use negative currency values in dynamic SOQL queries. However, there are a couple of prerequisite steps that we have to implement. Real quick, let me navigate back to the setup window. I'm going to search for company information. If you notice it, the first prerequisite is I have already enabled multiple currencies in my organization. The catch with multiple currencies is once after you enable it, there is no looking back. You cannot revert it back. Behind the scenes, I went ahead and have enabled multiple currencies for this particular pre-release org. That is the first prerequisite. The second thing that we have to be a little more vigilant about is we can only use this negative currency values in dynamic SOQL query or via Apex. We cannot use it in the plain old SOQL queries. It is going to give you an error. Let me go ahead and let me query all the opportunity records. I already have the query here. As of now, I only have one record whose amount is minus 35,000 bucks. I'm going to change this and I'm going to say minus 50,000 bucks. Let me save the record. And now I'm going to say select fields from opportunity where amount is less than whatever is the currency that is enabled for this particular record, which is INR minus 40,000. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to query for records whose amount is less than minus 40,000 bucks. So minus 50,000 is less than minus 40,000. However, minus 35,000 is greater than minus 40,000. So when I click on execute, I'll only get to see one record. And this is what I mean when I say we can use negative currency values in dynamic SOQL queries. Another thing is you can use multiple currencies here. As of now, the primary currency for my org is INR. Hence, I'm using INR. You can use USD, EUR as long as these currencies are enabled. I can think of using this in a couple of scenarios. As I had highlighted earlier, we can only use this in dynamic SOQL query. Real quick, let me walk you through what happens when you use this in a regular SOQL query. Let me bring up the execute anonymous window. The keyboard shortcut is Command E or Control E. I'm going to copy the entire query that I have here. I'm going to paste it here, execute. There you go. It says unexpected token. This is what I mean when I say we can only use this in dynamic SOQL queries or we can use this via API and we cannot use this via plain old SOQL queries. That's all for this episode. See you in the next one.